episode 49 of A Dicey Experience. Who's super excited to be here? We're all super stoked and excited to be here. Woohoo! It's not been a gloomy episode since this last time. Huzzah! It's going to be a bright, sunny, bright day. Don't you agree, Mr. Stolen?
Of course! Who doesn't love a bright day like today?
Wonderful. That's great.
Stolen is here to report in, and he is playing Cruz Saipan, a turtle with magical powers.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful and lovely. Huzzah! Who's the rabbit standing next to you?
I don't know. Who are you, Mr. Rabbit Person?
It's me, Jean Lafayette, the Herringon Rogue Ranger. And boy, if every day just isn't the best.
Whoa, golly gee. Well, look at that. You've got a best buddy there that's got a cooking utensil in one hand and a cleaver in the other. Who's that?
Oh, everyone's my best friend. But how about he introduces himself?
By golly, everybody, I'm just so happy to be here and being the best player ever and being the best character. I just love playing Lucas and being Lucas.
Well, hot dog. That's just some good news. What about that dead-looking guy next to you? He kind of looks like a zombie.
I didn't realize he was a zombie, but he's mean green.
Yeah, and he's dead because he plays Clark Coldwater, who died. It was very sad. And now he serves a giant ocean-eating octopus. But he's a warlock, half-elf, reborn. Hurrah.
Huzzah! Well, maybe things will just get cheaper for you as we get ready to start this next episode. Last time, John had an opportunity to return the scythe back to the wonderful Raven folks and decided to pour it away into another place with his magic chalk that he did not tell anybody else about because he was afraid they were going to throw it overboard. After that, we discovered a lot of information about the world. Golly gee, you learned a lot, didn't you, Mr. Lucas? And then you talked to a Raven Queen and a Raven Princess about the future that might be at stake in the world. Well, why don't we jump back into the episode with you, Mr. John? John, what do you do for an hour? Sleep? Try to talk, have a conversation?
No, I just curl up and try and get about an hour or so of sleep. Before the hour is up, I'm gonna call Nameless to me.
Yes, Papa?
I have a very important task for you.
Really?
Yes, it is of the utmost importance.
Well, what is it?
I need you, and John pulls the scythe from his bag of holding and puts it in Nameless's mouth. I need you to hold this and stay here until I call you.
Okay, I can do that. You won't be leaving that thing here. That's not... No. Not in this room.
What? The Nameless?
Yes, the drake that you've spawned in my office. No.
Well, is there maybe a closet or another more suitable place?
Will he listen if I tell him to go point in a different location?
Nameless?
You can't leave the barrier of my office with this talk.
Nameless, listen to the nice Goliath man. He's our friend, and you do what he says. He's in charge while I'm away.
Okay. Well, he wags his tail and looks super excited like a dog getting ready to play fetch. No jumps, no ups. You sit. Nameless sits. Okay.
He's very well behaved, but he's playful.
Pees on the floor. Super excited.
Nameless, it's very important you do not lose this scythe.
He just peed on the floor. Can you... Come on. I will go find a better place for him to be. You clean this up.
Thank you. By the way, we're actually in the terrarium right now looking for your flower. Would you mind describing it to me one more time?
Yes. It's a red flower with three yellow stems coming out of it. It tends to vibrate when singing nearby.
Red flower, 3 yellow stems, vibrates with singing.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It was great to see you again. I hope to stop by soon with many flowers.
Very good. John, says as he leaves, just so you are aware, the Bone Raker is searching for you.
Yes, unfortunately, we've had a few Things are going swell on my end.
That is good to hear. closes the door. What do you do to clean up the pee?
I look around the office. Does he have like any papers or like something I can put down?
Yeah, there's some newspapers.
Yeah. I grab those and sop up the pee, and then I'm like looking around for where to put it. Is there a window or something that I can?
Yeah, there's like a trash can, a window.
Yeah, so I'll just like toss it out the window.
Great. As you toss it, you do notice picture of her, one you love. Paper.
I stop what I'm doing and look at the paper.
Great. Do you got your monocle?
Yes, always. John pulls it out of his pocket and sticks it to his eye real quick and is intently staring at the page, waiting for them, the letters to mingle together and start to make sense.
Remind the listeners the name of your hometown.
Oh, yeah. My hometown.
The town in which you received the payment to go do the thing and come back and met this beautiful woman of yours.
Let me ask you this. Do you or the listeners know the name of my hometown?
You not.
No. I'm sure I randomly wrote the name of a town in my bio, which I have not looked at since I sent it to you. To the point where I don't even remember the name of my sweet bonny lass.
But well, you don't have a name written down. Make that up now, and we will put that in our notes.
It is the town of Charlottesville.
Charlottesville.
Yes.
Wonderful. How do you spell that so the listeners can write that down? Just have it phonetically written out in front of them?
Well, it is named after Charlotte. So it is Charlottesville.
I see.
And that is how you would spell it. With those letters. Elizabeth. Elizabeth is the name of my sweet bonny lass.
That's right, Elizabeth. Yeah.
Charlotte is the name of the first queen of this land. Just,
Charlotte.
since we're making up lore.
Great. Good. Charlottesville. Yes, you see a picture of Elizabeth. And the story depicts how the crew of the Bone Raker had came and basically sailed up to the town, destroyed it, kidnapped her, and she is now missing. And Queen Charlotte the 17th is quite upset that her daughter Elizabeth is now gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the gist that you get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jean lets out a yell, and as he does so, he uses thaumaturgy and blows out all of the windows and the doors that are connected to this room.
About that time, your hour is up, and make your way back into your hotel space. Morning comes up, crew. The sun's awake. The birds are singing. The dew smells fresh. Everything smells good. Here, your wonderful new compatriot Clark snoring next door. It's gonna be a good day, crew. What are you gonna do?
I wake up, kind of stretch. I reach over to scratch my arm, realize it's not there still.
Oh, yeah.
Still have those phantom pains every once in a while. Get up, kind of look around the room. Oh, that was a crazy, crazy night. I'm going to get up and head downstairs just to see if any of the rest of the crew is already down there.
Clark, you hear the door next to you close. Obvious that crew is awake.
Yeah, the snoring sounds are just a diversion because Clark actually doesn't sleep because he's reborn. So he would have been up for about 4 hours doing his typical keep busy routine because it's really weird you have to find something to occupy the time when you don't sleep and you only sit still for 4 hours. So he would have polished Mark and polished his shoes and done his regular keep busy routine. So I guess I was kind of curious, did he hear anything with the people moving around last night?
Roll a perception check.
Very good. Perception. I will find that in just a second. Where'd it go? Dadgummit. Things are not working. There we go. Natural 1, so no.
No, man. Your hobby of toy trains seems to keep you busy and focused that you can't hear what's going out in the hallway.
Very good. Well, then once the sun comes up and it seems appropriate, he'll turn off his fake snoring sounds and head on down for breakfast. Well, not breakfast, but to see what's going on.
So you make your way down. You open the door and you see that crew is walking on down. Do you follow him? Do you talk to him? What do you guys do?
Yeah, I'll just, Did you sleep well?
Yeah, not too bad. Bed's a little hard. Gotta kind of stiff back, but I'll get through it.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, the same.
Do you know what kind of breakfast this place has? I am starving.
I'll go inquire for you. Be glad to.
And we know that Lucas went down early. John, did you go down early? Or did you...
No, John is in his room playing with his sword.
Sword?
Yes. The crystal sword.
Okay, just so we can be clear. All right, cool. All right. So, you two gentlemen are having a wonderful chit chat as you're walking down the stairs. What do they find when they get downstairs?
There's a table in the corner of the tavern that I sat at, and even though it's a bright, sunny day and a lot of things happening in the tavern, you look over in the corner and it's dark. There's just a bad vibe coming from the corner, and I am just kind of leaning over my breakfast of general bacon, eggs, hash brown, and just kind of playing with it on the plate.
Huzzah, gentlemen, you found Lucas. What do you do?
Well, if the dour mood is that clear, Clark will be like, Lucas, what's wrong, my dear man?
Oh, we've met. Lucas and Clark have met, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all had a conversation. Y'all met right before you went to go have your whole heist deal.
Okay.
And he helped you make a plan, and then y'all were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna keep you outside."
Okay.
So, you guys know each other. You just don't know each other.
Clark, hey, I'm sorry, I just had a really bad night. Sit, please. They're still serving breakfast. Get yourself something.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll have a seat. So sorry you didn't rest well.
Yeah. Hey, I don't really know how to ask this in any other way. Did you have any weird dreams last night about the sea disappearing?
No. Can't say that I did.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, I don't typically remember my dreams, but I think that one would stand out.
Okay.
That sounds more like a night terror, though, or something, man. That's a pretty crazy dream.
Well, it was a lot. All the water had disappeared, and Clark, I kind of saw you smiling. I couldn't quite tell if it was because you were happy about the water disappearing, or you were just happy to see me. It's a strange evening for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about the oceans disappearing, but I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. My family died a long time ago while we were sailing on the ocean, so I definitely have some mixed feelings about it. But it's the only life I've ever known, and I know the sea very well and ships very well. So I don't know, old boy. But perhaps just meeting someone new, it popped into your dream.
I'm sorry to hear about that. That must be terrible.
Oh, it was a very long time ago. It was very terrible, but
still, I can't imagine. You spent your life on the sea?
Yeah. I worked as a shipwright before that time, and still do on and off. So
you heard the term "breaker of the sea"?
I think I do remember some old lore about sea gods and stuff that referred to a monster as the breaker of the sea, but nothing solid that I can recall.
I do an insight check to see if he's lying.
Persuasion or deception?
I will go deception. That'd be much better.
He's lying.
That'd be
22.
24.
Ah.
But
It's hard to tell.
As kind of a cover, because I will admit, like, he would have been shocked when he heard that phrase. So it's kind of a cover. He'll actually look down at one of his tattoos and go, "Oh, giant octopus. What do they call it? Like, Kraken. Kraken. That's it. That's who they used to call the Breaker of the Seas. That's like childhood horror stories."
Just childhood stories is. There's no like truth or anything behind it, right? I mean,
I've never seen a giant ocean swallowing octopus monster, if that's what you're asking me.
yeah, I guess that is a little far-fetched. To have to be pretty big to do something like that.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, again, it's been a weird night, and now I've made it a weird morning with all my questions and
Oh, not at
having you
all.
relive some memories.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I love to talk.
So how'd you sleep, Freddy?
Oh, the storms kept me awake all night, so I think I might be a little exhausted.
Do you need to head back up to the room and sleep some more?
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. Okay there, Mr. Broody?
I'm good, Freddy, and I'll pass him my plate of food. Here. Make sure you eat something, and yeah, get some rest yourself.
Okay. Are we gonna make a plan for the competition tomorrow? Get a game plan on how we're gonna wrangle a pig?
I just figured you were strong enough to wrangle him yourself, Freddy. That's why you need your rest today.
Yeah, I've got a lot of brute strength and all that. Mr. When he like winks at you.
I am in my crew form, so you can call me crew, Freddy.
Okay. Yeah, but I want to make sure I'm following the master's plan, of course. The master chef. not calling you master. I don't do that anymore, master. But I want to do the right thing.
You're doing great, Freddy. Please eat. Please eat something.
Okay. Yeah, I had a full plate, but I'll go eat yours too if it makes you feel better. I'll go upstairs and sample.
Don't force feed yourself just because I tell you.
He's already off up the stairs.
What are we gonna do with that one?
He is unique. Let's put it that way. He is unique.
Oh.
Oh, you guys have a lively crew. Part of a lively crew.
Have either of y'all seen Jean this morning?
Not I.
Don, what's going on?
Jean pulls out his crystal sword, like shakes it.
Yeah, it's hefty. Good. Very balanced.
Shakes it harder. Gives it like a
No more
really
than twice.
big wave.
Keep it PG.
Swings nicely. You're quite impressed by his balance and strength.
Activate. You stupid god man, come out of here now.
You wish to speak with me?
Yes. No hologram this time.
I thought you weren't interested in having a conversation with me.
Shut your mouth, funny man. We have serious business to attend to. Now I need to know what type of god you are. You one of those gods that's only going to do what's best for you, or are you the type of god that helps your servants?
I wish to protect everyone in the realm.
Then you must protect the most innocent of them all. You're a god, you have powers, right?
They are all encased in the artifacts we spoke about before. Remember the conversation we had on Monkey Island, where we had to bring all the artifacts together so I could come back and do my guardian thing?
So you're useless.
Time, yes, I suppose.
Then tell me a god that I can go to who can help me.
Well, you could always go to him.
You funny little man. I don't do whimsical nonsense and mysterious mysteries. I live in a very real world where very real people are in danger. I need help. Can you help me in exchange for my services? Or are we going to have more of this funny business?
Yes, speak with Fizban. Fizban will help you.
Who is this person and where do I find him?
You are on the terrarium, yes?
Yes.
There is an island of monks. There you'll find a monk temple of Bahamut. Fizban likes to study there sometime. Fizban, help you.
Isn't Bahamut the bad guy? The one we're supposed to kill? Oh, that's
Bahamut's my father.
Tiamat.
Tiamat's the bad one,
I
yes.
hate you gods
Yes,
with a passion.
yes, understood.
Okay,
Why?
sorry.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to know.
One more time. Fizban, monks, and who was your father?
Bahamut.
Bahamut?
Yes.
Fizban, monks. Thank you. And John
Now.
will put the sword in the sheath.
Your canary. Bloop.
John's just gonna sit in his room for a minute before he goes downstairs.
So y'all sit there for a minute before Jean goes down the stairs. And see them all. There's a cloud looming over Lucas. Clark seems to be pretending to eat things. And Rue is happy as can be. The birds are shining, everything's great. He's missing an arm. World couldn't be better.
Lucas, how are you doing today?
John, I'm doing fine.
Well, that's great. It's good to hear it. I'm afraid I may have to pull out of the whole judging your cooking competition.
Why?
There are a few things that have transpired, and I have some more pressing matters to attend to in the meantime. All good to stay here for the competition, but would like to be ready to leave as soon as we can.
It's strange that you come to me and say this morning, that you want to stop the competition and move on, because I've had similar thoughts about leaving the competition as there are more pressing matters.
Again, I'm a good friend here. All for you continuing to compete. I think there are other things that require my time, and I won't be able to be a judge. Competition.
I'll kind of lean in and whisper so the whole room doesn't hear. This wouldn't have anything to do with you being a Drake Warden, would it? And I'm gonna look at his face to see his reaction.
Jean is confused, and he'll say, Drake Warden? What's a Drake Warden?
I'm gonna see if he's lying or hiding something.
Great. Roll me an insight check. Jean, roll me a deception or persuasion, whichever you prefer. You don't have to tell the audience, but if you want to follow suit, as Mark did, you can tell everybody what you rolled.
I think John is genuinely confused. He might, in the back of his head, remember that a Drake Warden is something that he is, but it's, so far removed from anything he finds important. So, I'll roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Get a
23.
11.
Sean doesn't seem to have any freaking idea what you're talking about. The look on his face of, some recollection of that word, but
I've been given information that someone with a magical sword, like you have, and then someone that has a drake,
I have a magical sword. I have a drake.
like you have, could be someone called a Drake Warden, and you are helping stop the end of the world.
You see a dawning of realization come over John's mind. John's face. Yes, Drake Warden. I think that's what Sabin said I was. Yes. Sorry, what was the original question? I'm a Drake Warden, yes. Get the things.
Are y'all still whispering at this point?
I'm getting
John's not.
louder.
Crew is just sitting on the other side of the table, just blank stare on his face because he has no idea what half of these words these people are speaking are.
Clark will pop up a little bit and be like, man, we're just covering all the childhood stories today. Those Drake Wardens are supposed to be like knights that take down the evil people that you were dreaming about, Lucas.
Looking between Clark and John, and everyone for something that seems so important to me in my dream, and when I bring it up, everyone seems so blasé. I'm trying to reconcile this. I had a dream, but I feel like I was awake and I was transported somewhere. That I was taken before the Raven Queen and told that I need to save the world. And I was told that, John, you are a Drake Warden. Basically, that I would work with you to stop that, the end of the world. And now hearing from Clark. This seems like everybody knows about this but me.
No, I don't know anything about it, if that makes you feel better, Lucas.
Full disclosure. Some moons ago, You're going to think this is insane. I inhaled some dust and was transported to a Monkey Island planet in outer space. On the Monkey Island planet in outer space, I was given several magical objects, but also an individual named Sabin came to me, and there was stuff about my father. I don't know. My father came to me at one point in this experience.
Did you say your father was dead?
Yes. So that's what was weird about this, among the many other things. So this Sabin guy shows up and tells me that I am like his servant now just because he wants me to be, and I'm supposed to be collecting these artifacts so that he can regain power so he can fight some other guy. It doesn't sound like any of my business, really at all, and just something that's been thrust upon me, and so I didn't see the need to bring it up because I'm still not entirely sure it's any of my business.
And as a side note, I heard Sardior.
Sardior, yes! Yes, the good man Sardior.
Not Sabin. That's
No.
the same person?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I assume. I don't know. He seems
Okay.
to be connected with the Drake Wardens.
Not quite sure what to do with this information of you being in outer space and how that.
Question though, did I hear you say that the Raven Queen was nice? And also has the same goals as Sardior?
She did that. Yes.
This is fantastic news. Can you speak to her again? And John is looking at you like he's expecting it to happen right now.
I'll kind of. Where did I put that? And then I'll bring out the whistle. And I'll. Maybe we should go somewhere private for this.
Okay.
Where Jean can pull out his sword too?
Absolutely. Wherever you think we may need to be. Happy to help, good friend.
Well, my, this is serious. I mean, if you guys are saying that Drake Wardens and all those things are real, then that would mean the opposite also, that there's some kind of secret cabal to bring back sea monsters and dragons.
Well, I don't want to jump to things being real after I had a dream and John had some kind of mushroom experience.
Oh!
So-
I didn't know he partook in the substances. Well, never mind then. Never mind.
So, I don't know if I've always had this, and I'll show, like, clearly it's like a raven skull, like, thing. I am now tending to think that my experience is real. If I blow this whistle, apparently I will speak to the Raven Queen, but I do not want to do it in this room with all these people. So I think let's just all go up to one of our rooms and we'll quickly everybody be in the same room so we can all experience this together if I'm going crazy or not.
Alright, let's go hotbox it in Lucas's room.
I'm in.
So all four of you go up there, y'all invite the newcomer as well.
I mean, at this point, he said all this in front of him. Might as well.
Well, Clark seems to know more about this than anybody.
I'm more worried about exposing poor little Freddy to all of this now.
Freddy's got his own room, he's fine.
Gonna have a nervous breakdown.
I think
We,
We're gonna
we
what?
can't tell Freddy.
No!
We can't tell Freddy.
I think we rented this entire inn. Like, it's just us. There's nobody else here.
There's other people that are eating and sleeping up there. But yeah, you go up. Get to the top of the broken latch. You get all into this room.
And I'll kind of look at everybody for a couple seconds. Well, I don't think there's a ceremony behind this, and I'll just put it to my lips and blow.
Shadow begins to emit from the eye sockets of the skull as you blow into the whistle. Eventually, the smoke begins to surround Lucas, and eventually, you guys all hear aloud as he vanishes from existence.
Well, that was weird.
What just happened?
We should have been holding hands.
Good point, my dear boy. Good point.
So, do we need to go find him now?
I mean, I wouldn't know where to look, I don't think.
Isn't there a temple of the Raven Queen in town? We maybe start there?
Oh, yeah. Good,
I
good.
was hoping to avoid those lads. But yes, we can go there.
Or we could wait and see if he comes back soon.
Have either of you, Clark or Crew, have either of you encountered the Raven Queen's minions?
Just the ones we met last night.
Yeah, a time or two I've run into them.
Why don't the two of you then go to the temple and I'll stay here for an hour, there's about. See if he shows up, and if not, I'll meet you somewhere between here and there.
Sounds like a plan.
Works for me.
You good, Clark?
Yeah, let's head out.
Crew's gonna walk out the door.
I'm following right behind.
'Cause splitting the party is always great.
Fantastic idea.
It's worked every time we've done it so far.
Lucas, find yourself in the dark, dank, that ice chilling down to your bone. Feeling is there. Small sound of rolling thunder behind you. You look up, and there she is again. The pink who has introduced herself as Princess. She looks miffed that you're here. She's got a shower cap on, and is wrapped in a towel, and has a little scrub brush in her hand. Princess didn't realize you would need information so soon.
And Lucas will just kind of start hyperventilating. Oh God, this is actually. How do I get out of here?
Want to speak? The Raven Queen?
No. And I'll look around. Did anybody else? What happens if other people are in the smoke when I blow? Like, do they come with me?
Oh yes, if they're touching you, they can come with you.
For touching.
But you're not hoping to speak to the Raven Queen?
I needed to make sure that this was real before panic fully set in.
Fine. Walk that way. You should go back to where you were.
Quick question.
You do have a question for the Raven Queen.
I have a question for you, Princess.
Princess! Yes!
If I blow this when we're not in the terrarium or where we're not in another island, do I always come back to this building? Or is it like the nearest Raven Queen thing?
It's not necessarily a building. It's more like an extra dimensional space that brings you and me and the Raven Queen together so we can have a conversation.
So I'll always go back to where I left.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'll...
So in the middle of a fire and you blow the whistle. We can hang out here for a while, but go right back to the fire.
Interesting.
As if no time is lost, which is nice because I'm not wasting bath time having this conversation.
Does time flow differently here?
Kind of outside of it.
Got it. And I'll... Thank you, Princess. I will come back when I have questions.
Okay, can at least be another hour so I can finish the bath.
If time doesn't flow here, then I don't know.
When you leave, I get put back in my bath, and so then I need an hour. That make any sense at all to you?
No, but I will wait an hour in my time before,
Great. Appreciate it.
and I'll leave.
John! Huzzah! Lucas is there. Right when Crew and Clark close the door.
Ah! Ha-ha! And John will run to the door. Gentlemen, come back, he's here.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
Oh, that was quick.
I suppose?
What happened? Did I go anywhere?
There's a big
Definitely
cloud of
went
smoke.
somewhere.
Big cloud of black smoke. You disappeared. Clark and I were gonna go look for you at the Raven Queen's tower, and then all of a sudden you're back. I guess we were out of the room when you came back.
I was told there needed to be touching involved for you to come with me.
That's what we said. That we were supposed to be holding hands.
But we need to wait an hour. Otherwise,
Why do we need?
Princess will be in the bath if we go there now.
What
Did the Raven
princess?
Queen? Did the Raven Queen ask you to call her princess?
Also, okay. So when I blew the whistle, I appeared in a liminal space and time, and there was a very small bird person thing in front of me who said she was princess and that she spoke for the Raven Queen, or the Raven Queen spoke through her, and she was taking a bath. I came back too early. If I have questions or you want to see the bird person, we have to wait an hour to go back.
I'm not entirely sure still if this is all absolutely real or completely in y'all's heads, but if it is completely in your heads, you have the best substances on the planet, bar none.
Is there still black smoke in the room?
Nope.
If this bird princess...
Crew's gonna walk over. Crew's just gonna walk over and just like crack a window just to get some fresh air in the room.
If the bird princess is upset with us, does that really change anything?
It didn't seem like she was upset. She just wanted to take a bath and needed an hour.
Talking about the end of the world here, right? An hour could be the difference between life and death for all of us.
The Raven Queen is not bothered by an hour of bath time, then I think we can wait. But it seems like this is real, at least my experience. So I'm inclined to believe your experience was real for now, since it kind of ties into what's happening here. Can we talk to your sword?
Excuse me?
Did you
On the daily.
unsheath your sword so we can examine it?
Yes. Sean pulls out his sword.
No, the crystal one on your back.
Ah, yes. Okay, yes. Sean pulls out the crystal blade.
Great. Good. Yeah. Pretty. It looks like a crystal blade.
Clark's like, is this like a comedy skit thing? Should I just start a dialogue here?
This happens on the daily on the ship. I've grown used to it.
It's improv theater.
Sabior. Sean shakes it.
God, why do you do that?
But you don't answer me half the time.
Told me you didn't want to talk to me.
That's...
And you just put me away while I was trying to explain things to you.
You explained everything. Fizban, monks, something else.
So you guys don't hear any of the response, by the way. Jean is just randomly responding to...
So Sean now speaks
Sword.
to a drake and a sword that neither one we can hear.
Now, Meerkat, though you may not be able to hear it, you do see a visage of someone similar standing next to Jean, looking at him and having a conversation with him. So Jean, again, that, the Princess Leia hologram thing's not showing up.
Okay.
But it's the same visage of that same person that looks like they were standing behind Jean, mimicking that same motion in which he was chopping the cannonball. White male with a bowl cut, wearing purple. Gorgeous face. Well, It's not my fault. So, do you decide you want to have a conversation with me now?
I actually don't. There's, here. And John hands the sword over to Lucas. It's for you.
And I'll kind of back up and I'll point to the little purple man.
And it fades.
Did anybody else
You
see?
kind of see that he puts his hand on his face and he just kind of lowers it as he fades away.
I
Did
didn't
anybody else
see
see that?
anything. No. I saw Jean pull out his sword and then start talking to himself.
And then hand it to you.
Yeah. That was it.
There was a voice in my head, though. I wasn't talking to myself.
Was it Nameless
Well-
talking in your head again?
No, it was Sardior.
Oh, well, what did Sardior say? Because I'm really curious why you were, going off on him and everything.
Honestly, and John's gonna make sure he's not touching the sword. A lot of what he has to say isn't important. So I just try to filter it out. He was saying something about a conversation. Maybe he wanted to have
Okay.
one, or we were trying to have one. He was complaining about something. That's all I know.
Oh, well, okay then.
While Jean was conversing with the sword, I saw a purple man appear, seemingly out of thin air, and he was see-through. He was purple. Princess told me that anything purple is bad.
See, I feel like now this is important because he said he was the son of some dragon thing that was
Dragon?
big and bad. Yes, something. There's Tiamat and Bahamut. It was one of those two.
Tiamat's the bad one,
Okay,
and
I'm following.
anything purple is related to Tiamat.
Okay. Now, see, I've had a bad vibe about this guy from the beginning. And when I asked, because there are things going on in my life right now, if he was the kind of god who helped people, he pointed me to another god, which would indicate to me that he's not a god that helps people. What do you make of that?
Maybe his way of helping is pointing you to the right thing, but we need to be careful with whatever he's pointing to because he's purple.
Well, not all purple things are bad, and Crew's gonna pop up a little Eldritch Blast in his hand, which is purple.
Purple!
Burn him! He's a witch!
Crew tries to jump out the window.
DM,
Yes.
Bahamut is the good dragon. Tiamat's the bad dragon. The Breaker of the Sea, the Kraken, is a servant of Tiamat. And then there is a cult in service to the Breaker of the Sea that has purple emblems.
Yes, they look like purple suction cup tattoos.
Okay.
And our captain. What was the captain's name? That was like from forever ago. It started with an N, didn't it? Nadir? Captain Nadir.
Yeah.
I
the
was
one.
gonna say Nasir, but
Captain Nadir, didn't he wear a lot of purple? Wasn't there something purple about him?
he was a
Wasn't he
purple
a-
amethyst dragon.
Yes. And he's the
Oh.
one from which I got this sword. And he was a slaver.
That can't be a coincidence.
Not possible. Not possible that all those things can be a coincidence.
Not at all.
Mark, you're getting the sense that these guys probably aren't as bad as your patron has made them out to be. There's nothing to worry about here.
I say we talk to your Raven Queen lady and see if she's willing to help us out. You said she was nice.
Yes.
I've got a few favors to ask for. One in
Yeah.
particular.
Well, we don't ask for favors from. I haven't asked for anything yet, so we don't know.
Well, we have to wait an hour for the Raven Queen to take her shower. So I guess we could come up with some questions before we go back.
Yeah, we need clarification on the purple. Definitely. Okay, we have a plan. Ask the Raven Queen about Sardior, the other gifts, that we need to find, if we should look for those or not. Are there other Drake Wardens that we need to find?
And presumably kill.
Do we kill Drake Wardens?
I mean, if they're serving the purple bad guy.
Well, then, should we kill you?
We're on more of a last name basis, if you know what I mean.
I'll slowly
Take
put
him
my
down from the inside.
lever
maybe?
back in my...
Can we ask her to turn all the good guys to a color that's not purple?
Yeah, that would be very helpful, yeah.
Color code. Got
Color
it.
code, yeah.
Also,
Like 2 different shades of purple. Good purple's this. This is the bad purple.
I believe we started this conversation this morning too with John suggesting that he needed help with something. He never said what that was. What were you looking for assistance with, John?
I need to recover an individual.
Oh,
Does this individual wear purple?
No. No, they do not.
I think we can trust them then.
I think we've killed the DM. So, who is this individual? And how do we recover them?
Well, I'm hoping that the Raven Queen, being a farrier of individuals, can just snap her fingers and voila!
well, there you go. Clark, by the way, is like turning his trench coat in because there is a purple hem on his navy trench coat, so he's just like turning that under, kind of trying to readjust things.
Where is your mark, by the way?
I was thinking about that. I'm gonna say based on a couple of other tattoos I have, it's gonna be on my back.
Okay.
Yep, upper back. Either side doesn't matter.
Okay, sounds good.
With a plan in place and many questions prepared for the Raven Queen and the Raven Princess, we'll conclude this episode of A Dicey Experience and press forward to the next one. Thank you all so much for listening. Remember, next time, we'll be deadly serious next time. Peace.